What's up, gamers? How you guys doing today? And today I'm going to do something interesting that I haven't done before, and that is to actually do a game review. Now, we were thinking about doing this review for a while, and we wanted to do skits and stuff like that, but we just don't have the funds and the money to do that right now, so I'm just going to give it to you straight. Today's review is about Rage 2. Why? Okay. So let's explain a few things about Rage 2. Rage 2 is released by Bethesda Softworks earlier this year. It's a first-person shooter that has a basis in post-apocalyptic world where this massive world government caused an apocalypse, tried to reset the earth, and of course, well, the last game had you put a wrench in that. Now you're dealing with the after effect and the aftermath, and things have gone on for quite a while. Your character is this de facto hero who is part of a sort of military outfit of some type that gets attacked. Your adoptive parent dies and you're sent out in the wastelands. The overall idea is that technically as you go along, you have this super suit that grants you amazing powers and you fight the authority. Sounds interesting, right? The premise is, at least. Okay, first off, let's take a good look at this game. 1. The bad guys, the authority. Despite supposedly being the major villain through the entire game, they're barely in it. The authority show up in the beginning, show up for 1 or 2 story missions, and then poof, until the end. They're virtually not there. The only real main authority presence is some towers that you have to blow up along the roads. And that's it. And maybe the occasional attack from their forces. Which, most of the time they're not really attacking anything. They're just going after some random bandits on the road. I don't understand. Men villains? I don't think so. More like side quest or side faction of some sort. Which is pretty much what everything is. The bandits themselves are pretty much just there to be shot in the face. They're not fleshed out in any way. There's no story of why they became bandits. It's just simply they're bandits. They exist. Because, bandits have to exist in every post-apocalyptic game of some sort, I guess. But the fact is that there are other... And the sad part is there are literally a number of factions that could really have used some fleshing out. The Merchants faction that you work with during the game, which you have 3 different factions and 3 different characters. That at the beginning of the game, when you first start, you think is going to be... that they are going to be integral to the gameplay. But they, much like the big bad boss, are barely fucking in it. I'm not kidding. They are barely effing in it. You see them maybe twice in the entire freaking game. Twice. Let's understand this, okay? This game sells you in its story point that the whole point of the game is to set up what they call Project Dagger. The whole idea of it is that you talk to these 3 people, you do stuff for them, and they give you the necessary means to complete Project Dagger. Well, that equates to a max of 6 missions. I shit you not. That's exactly what it is. A completion of 6 missions. And they're not even that challenging. You see what I'm getting at here? The game is retardedly short for a triple A game. It is ridiculously short. I understand that it's a first-person shooter, and first-person shooters aren't always necessarily super long, but my God, this is retardedly short. The characters aren't even interesting. There's nothing really intriguing about them. Aside from Dr. Kvasavir, who basically just walks around on a mutant, or has a mutant wheelchair. But other than that, the characters aren't fleshed out. I mean, literally not fleshed out. In the first mission for the first guy you go visit, which is Marshall, you kill some mutants, you unclog the drain. Okay, after that, you don't see him ever again. And the second mission that he has you do, you go and help some girl that he took in, which you barely have an understanding or care for. And there's no urgency in the quest. Because you don't know who this chick is. You barely know Marshall or really care. The only reason you're doing it is because you need the part from Marshall. And when you actually find, spoiler alert, that character is dead, you barely care. You don't care that this poor young woman is dead because you didn't know her. To you, she's just another random NPC that was there. And I know her name was Gulo, okay? I get it. But again, she was so not there in the game that you just didn't give a shite. And the thing is, that's how the entire game goes. You don't care or know these characters because you see so little of them. You're spending most of your time doing busy work, shooting up random bandits. And quite frankly, I'd like to know, just FYI, Bethesda, and I get that it's post-apocalyptic, and I get that you're trying to get off the hype from Fortnite, from Epic Games, but can I ask you something? Why do you need to slap hot fucking pink everywhere? And I do mean everywhere. All the buttons are hot pink. All the screens are hot pink. Look, if you're going for a vibrant, bright colors, there are other colors other than pink. Use them. Okay? The fact is that it was basically a worse version of Fallout with pink everywhere. Except it was almost as bad as Fallout 76. Because while there were technically NPCs, they may as well not have existed. Because the NPCs are so lackluster and have so little character or story that to care about. And yes, while they do have some index information about their biography, that's nice. And I did read it. It was something that I really particularly thought really added anything to them. If anything, it sucked even more because the fact that I didn't get to see how great these characters were. I just read about them. Might I say something, Bethesda? Just a thought. Video games are like movies. You're supposed to show, not tell. Not make me read 3 fucking paragraphs to figure out what the hell is going on. Or what a character is, or who the character is. You're supposed to show me who the character is, what their motivations are, what they're interested in. You are supposed to show me that shit. You didn't. You didn't, Bethesda. You didn't show me jack. All you did was have me explore around to find more crap to shoot up. And that's literally the entire game. There's no story, there's nothing really interesting. And the sad part is that throughout my entire explanation, believe it or not, there were genuinely opportunities to be interesting everywhere. Every freaking where. And you just tossed them out the freaking window. For example, even among the enemies, you had your generic bandits, but you also had the Authority and the Immortal Shrouded. But as little as we know about the Authority, unless you've played the first game, I guess. Sorry, my throat's cracking. Unless you played the first game, and as little as we know about the bandits and their motivations, other than to steal and shoot, we know even less about the Immortal Shrouded, who are next to the Authority, the next most high-tech level freaking society. And we don't even know about the societies, really, of the cities we go and visit. The only real difference is one is based out of a frickin' sewer. The other is I would guess, a wannabe version of Hollywood. And the last one is literally just out in a frickin' swamp. With one more where the Immortal Shrouded are being paid to guard them. That's it. That's all I found. Maybe there's another one, but I didn't really care to find it. I did Let's Plays of this game. And if you don't believe me, you can go back through my channel playlist. And that may well be what I do. I may actually do Let's Plays of games, and then I'll do a review of them. To sit there and show, yeah, this is what this game plays like. And this is what my actual thoughts are on it. Now, does the game have moments? Sure. Absolutely. The game has its movements sprinkled here and there, but really, it's not a great game. And it's sad, really. Like, I expect this kind of level of incompetence and incompletion from an independent developer, from somebody who doesn't have a whole lot of resources under their belt, barely has like maybe a couple thousand to make a game, right? I can understand that. But Bethesda, you're a multi-million-dollar company. Look at me. You are a multi-million-dollar company. You don't get to sit there and say you don't have the resources. You do. You just choose not to use them. And it shows. This game, Rage 2, Bethesda 76, or I should say Fallout 76, shows it. You don't care. And look, Bethesda, I fucking loved your games. I loved Fallout 3 and New Vegas and Fallout 4. Those games are memorable, and you can't tell me, oh, well, a shooter can't be memorable. Bullshit! Call of Duty, the most shooter of shooterists of games, okay? The variety of McDonald's of shooter games had memorable fucking characters, had a memorable story that we cared about. And you are going to tell me that you cannot do better than the McDonald's of video games? Bullshit. And I understand that YouTube will probably like downvote this video as fast as they can because of how much I'm cursing. But trust me, that's how pissed I am. This game, Rage 2, needs to be fixed. It is a bad game. You need to fix this. You are a AAA developer. You're not a level B developer. You're not a level C developer. You are AAA. And with AAA comes the responsibility to produce games that are above and beyond the standard. You and other AAA developers should be setting the goddamn standard. Instead, I get more fun out of crowdfunded games like Pathfinder Kingmaker and Battletech. Do you understand that? Independents are making better games than you. And they have a fraction of the resources you do. So, in terms of Rage 2, the visuals are nice. The graphics look good. I'll give it that. The vehicles are kind of okay to drive around. The tanks are a little bit fun to play in. But other than that, the game isn't really all that interesting. I mean, it has its fun in the fact that, yes, the guns are kind of cool to shoot and all that stuff. That, honestly, the superpowers are... I wouldn't really call them superpowers. The power to rush up and push somebody, or slam them on the ground, or these are all things we've seen before. And they're boring. And they're not even really well executed here in Rage 2 either. The ability to move slightly faster. The ability to dodge out of the frickin' way. Just... Were you just looking at the bottom of the barrel, Bethesda? Were you? Be honest with me. Were you? Because it's what it feels like. If I were to rate Rage 2, the graphics, the gameplay in terms of the gunplay are fairly decent. But everything else, in terms of story, in terms of how it plays out, I'd give it maybe a 3. It's worth, at minimum, maybe a single playthrough if you find just going around shooting things for the sake of shooting them fun. But after that, it has no replayability or replay value. It's boring. The story isn't interesting. There's nothing really there. And the fact is that you get played up an amazing story in the beginning cutscene just to get served crap, which is a huge letdown. So, again, everybody, I would say a 3 out of 10. Please, Bethesda, please try harder. I know you can do better than this. We all know you can do better than this. Please stop sucking. It's been fun, gamers. This has been Isaac, and I'll see you guys next time in the next video. I'll be releasing a Battletech video today, so I'll hope to see you guys again, which I've actually been enjoying Battletech quite a bit. So, you know, great on Paradox Games. I'm definitely still going to say if I do actually do the Let's Play, then a actual review of the game, that Battletech seems to be so far to be getting a really decent, a really good score. So I'll see you guys next time. Stay safe out there, and game on, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, to leave a like, to subscribe, and hit that bell notification for new videos we release every single day. I usually try to make sure that the videos come out at 4 p.m. nowadays, even though our branding material still says 2, but I haven't had time or money really to buy new stuff. But thanks for watching, guys. Please share this video and share whatever videos you can, because, you know, YouTube is trying to kind of hide us a little bit because we're small enough they don't care. But thanks, guys, and I hope to see you all next time. Stay safe out there, and game on.